Okay, I'm Zoe and here is my GMAP T380 Assignment 2. So here we have an infinite terrain. You can see now if I start to walk around that the surrounding tiles will be destroyed and new ones will be generated. This is done kind of based off of finding where the player is and then taking the half of the map scale, which we should be able to find here in the terrain gen. So we have half of our map in the X and Z direction is 5, so this is a 10 by 10 grid. You can see the names of the tiles down here. And so what we're doing is we're finding the 5 tiles in each direction, so that the player is ideally towards the center, and you have this nice draw distance, and you can see a good amount in every direction. So every frame we check if we should be rendering new tiles, and if so, we generate the 5 surrounding in each direction. We do that by storing it in a dictionary and by iterating through by the name, seeing if it exists. If it exists in the tiles we should be generating, we keep it, otherwise we destroy it. And so we also have some nice pools going on here. We have a bench pool and a plant pool. And if we look at our terrain tile here, you can see I have these different terrain types. And this is what's coloring the map. So this is based off the height. This is the maximum height. So the water is from 0 to 0.3, sand is from 0.3 to 0.4, grass is from 0.4 to 0.55, and mountain is from 0.55 to 1. And that's generating all these colors we see here. In addition, the water is actually based off a height curve. So up until we get to that right about 0.3, it's actually flattened out, which you can see right here. It appears quite flat. This is just so the water isn't in a complete dip, and it works for now. It would probably look better with a plane of a texture there and having this still dip, so that there would be depth underneath that initial plane. But I thought it looked nice for now, having it just flat. And then you can see our little plants, which we are doing from a pool. This has a maximum of 100 plants for the entire thing, and as you can see, the ones that we're not using are from those tiles we had previously destroyed. And when we generate more, those ones will move to a new location. We can see they're active again. Now new ones are inactive. So yeah, I made these as our little trees. They're more plants than trees. But I tried to use an L system. As you can see, they do look a little spiky, but I thought the results were kind of cool. Definitely they're a little more plant-like than trees, but they kind of have varying angles as well. If we go into our plant, you can see right now that the default is for 4 iterations with a 25 angle, and this is an L system. I know L systems weren't required for this week, but I don't know, I didn't know how to approach trees, so I kind of was just like, I guess an L system, and it ended up being a lot more than I could really chew off, so they're a little iffy, but I did my best there, and you can also see my benches have been scattered around from last week. You can see another one over here. Sometimes they are spawning, yeah, there's a good example here. They're spawning on top of each other. I think that's because they have a pretty low spawn chance, so when that spawn chance is hit, it's more likely to hit again in the same area, and I'm not entirely sure how to avoid that overlapping right now. But nonetheless, I think this terrain is actually pretty cool, and I think seeing these plants around with that little bit of variation in them, you can see a clear difference between these, and it's all just from one model. I think that was super cool. And it took a while actually being able to get them parented underneath themselves. For some reason it really just made the line renders mess up. The tutorial I had found and followed had it using line renders instead of geometry. I tried to do it using cylinders, but proved a little too hard. But I think that this is pretty cool and definitely a neat technique to learn. So thank you.